and welcome to my channel. In today's video I'll be showing you guys how to cook egusi bitter leaf, and for our very first ingredient we'll be needing bitter leaf, and this is our washed bitter leaf. You can either buy it as a whole and decide to wash it by yourself, or buy the washed ones already. Now we equally need some cow skin, and this is our choice of protein. If you want to use any other protein of choice, that all depends on you. Accompanied with our cow skin, we'll be using some meat, and our meat of choice here has a lot of bones. So like I earlier on mentioned, your protein of choice totally or solely depends on you. Thirdly, we'll need some egusi. Now this is cracked egusi. You can decide to dry this more on top of your pot before proceeding to grind it. That's if it's moist. However, if it is not moist, then just proceed to grind your egusi. Fourthly, we'll need some onions, ginger and garlic, and we are going to blend them into this fine paste, which we will set aside. Now for our very next ingredient, we'll need some seasoning cubes as well as some salt. Maggi crevette is my choice of seasoning. Well, I'll equally use crayfish, although not pictured. I'll equally use some tomatoes, so this is our next ingredient. We'll need some sliced onions and pepper. This will be used to spice our meat. Now this is our egusi, which has been ground, and we have mixed it with some salt and maggi. We are going to tie it into a pot. Transfer your protein of choice, which is your cow skin, your beef, and add some water. Now proceed to add your egusi, which you have tied in smaller balls. Now when you tie your egusi like this and cook alongside your protein, it helps with time management, because by the time you'll be cooking this egusi, it is already half done, unlike cooking it from scratch. If I must say, then I'll say it is completely optional. Proceed to season your meat and cow skin with some seasoning cubes, some salt, some pepper, as well as some onions, and bring to a boil. Once it is ready, you are going to take out your protein and set aside, as well as your egusi balls. Now into an empty hot pot, you're going to add some cooking oil, and then proceed to add some onions, which you are going to fry until it becomes translucent. Once your onions is ready, you are going to add your ginger, garlic and onion paste, and then give it a good mix. Proceed to add some tomatoes. Do you remember the tomatoes we saw earlier on? I used just 4. You are going to add very little tomatoes and fry until the water gets dry and the tomatoes no longer taste sour. Now once that is done, you're going to add your egusi paste, which has been chopped into smaller lumps. Proceed to add your stock and give it a good mix. Mind you, when it comes to seasoning your food, be very careful with the quantity of seasonings you'll be going in with, because you must have seasoned your egusi paste before cooking, as well as your protein of choice. So if you go in with excess seasoning, you might actually miss the mark. So once everything is well incorporated, you're going to add your washed and squeezed bitter leaf and give this a good mix. Do not bother about your egusi lumps. They are definitely going to scatter, but not as much as you expect, because they are actually solid. Now you're going to mix this properly. Make sure everything is well incorporated. You've added your protein, and then you're going to proceed to add some cooking oil. After adding your cooking oil, you're going to go in with your crayfish. Now this adds a lot of taste to this meal, and this is ready. As you can see, you can actually eat this vegetable with fufu corn like we are doing, plantain. You could even eat it with rice, gari, rice fufu. And if you're a fit farm person, you can actually eat it with cabbage fufu. You can eat it with oat swallow. Please check out the description box for full ingredients, and thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next one.